Hi everyone and welcome to the Learning Ladder. Today I'm doing my curriculum reviews of the 2019-2020 school year. Okay, so we're going to start with language arts first, and I'm going to talk about the main things that we've used, not all the little extras here and there, because otherwise this video will be so long. So for language arts we have done all about reading. We have finished level 3 and we are working on level 4. We should finish this by the end of the year, hopefully. If not, it will just be a couple of lessons, but I do think that we will be done pretty much with level 4, provided nothing happens by the end of the year. We love all about reading. It is my favourite curriculum in terms of teaching reading. It's also one of my favourite curriculums, period. So I would highly recommend it. We have just we did level 1 through now 4. I have continued through to the very end because I wanted to make sure that there was no gaps and that she was getting everything that she needed to, because it doesn't just help with reading, it also helps with spelling because of the way they teach the phonograms. So that's why we have continued all the way through to level 4, and I don't think there's ever enough reading practice that you can do. We have devoured this series. We had the black and white version in 1 and 2, and in 3 and 4 we've had the colour. I much prefer the colour, but I would not say don't get the black and white. If you can find them at a great price, go for it, because they were absolutely fine. And level 1 and level 2 was where she pretty much learnt to read. Level 3 and level 4 have just been the icing, and in terms of spelling it's really helped too. So I wouldn't say that it affects whether you can learn to read or not, because it doesn't, but I definitely prefer the visual appeal of the colour version. Spelling, I have planned to do all about spellings rather, level 3. We didn't actually even start it, it's still all in its box. We decided to review a bit of level 2 before we started level 3, and then I decided that I actually wanted to pause it and try something else. So we decided to try Evermore Building Spelling. I have done a flip through of this previously. I'm going into more detail about it. We have really enjoyed using it. We're only on, at the time of making this video, week 7. It's a 30-week curriculum, so we've still got a few ways to go into this, but so far everything in terms of how it works and everything else has been working for us. She's been remembering the words and enjoying the little activities that are in there. I'm still deciding whether I want to continue to grade through with this, go back to all about spelling, or try something different. I'll let you know in my curriculum video what I decide to do, but this has been working and we have been enjoying it. Grammar, we have been using First Language Lessons for the Well Trained Mind level 2, and we have also been using the Moffat Girls grammar units for grade 2. We love them both, they work really well together, and with the First Language Lessons, that's a continuation. We did level 1 last year, level 2 this year, and as is the Moffat Girls, we did level 1, grade 1 last year to grade 2 this year. We have enjoyed them really well, both of them. They really integrate well together, no complaints with either. We love the variety that are in both of the packages. First Language Lessons level 2, you get a mixture of grammar skills as you do, and also narration and dictation and copy work. And with the Moffat Girls, you again get a mixture of skills, so from commas to compound words to adjectives to nouns. It covers everything: dictionary skills, ABC, alphabetical order, a huge range, and we really enjoyed both of them, no complaints with either. We also used Explode the Code 3 and 4 this year, and we have loved it, absolutely loved it. My daughter really enjoys Explode the Code. From a visual point of view, I always thought, oh, it's kind of boring, it's black and white and everything else, but she really enjoys it. She picks up the skills really easily. We're using it more for spelling than reading because that's below her level anyway, but for spelling it's great. Understanding the rules and everything else, she just loves it. It's fun for her, so I would definitely recommend Explode the Code. As an addition for grammar as well, we've been using some pages out of the Evermore Grammar and Punctuation for grade 2. That's in full colour. Again, it's a lovely curriculum. You could just use it by itself, but I've just been piecing things together, so when we've been doing a specific topic, if she needed a bit more practice, I had to pull out a few of the Evermore pages just to go along with it, and it's been worked really well. I think it is a lovely programme. You could just do it by itself if you wanted to, but we have been using it as part of our little package for grammar, but we've really enjoyed it. Handwriting, we have used Handwriting Without Tears. We have also used some of the Good and the Beautiful level 2. We really like both of them. Handwriting Without Tears is something we've done from the beginning. The Good and the Beautiful is something I wanted to try this year because it included a lot of art and my daughter likes to draw. They work really well. we've mostly done the handwriting without tears because we wanted to get the extra printing practice, because next year is focused on cursive. We have also done, well, started doing the Kickstart cursive book that goes along with the package that I purchased. So we've been doing print and cursive this year. She's really enjoying cursive. She's really excited about learning cursive. So that's great. So I'm excited to continue with that next year. I'm looking at 2 handwriting packages for next year. And again, I will show you in my final curriculum video which I pick. But I love both of those. They both work really well. For writing, we've been doing a number of things. We do writing within our unit studies, and we do like writing within our subjects that we do. She also has a journal, and she'll do free writes. She'll also make up her own stories, and then we'll do it as part of our curriculum as well. So for example, in Handwriting Without Tears, we did pick up the Building Writers portion of the curriculum, which she really enjoys doing. We also do Torchlight level 2, which has a language arts component to it, and there's been a lot of writing activities in there, from cartoons, not cartoons, from cartoon comics, to writing letters and poems and everything else. So we have got a lot of our writing element from that too. We have also been using the Good and the Beautiful language arts. The level 2 hadn't came out until this year. So I've just been picking out some of the level 1 writing activities to include into our curriculum as well while we were waiting for level 2. To be honest now though, I think we're actually at the point where I'm going to do the placement test with her, and I'm either going to start her on level 2, or we are and then continue on until we finish. So we'll still be doing level 2 in 3rd grade, or if she passes the placement test, I'm just going to put her straight into the 3rd grade version. Well, it's not 3rd grade, it's level 3 version. They're not graded, so the way they work, it's not first, level 1 is for first, level 2 is for second. It's not like that with their curriculum. It's different. You do have to do a placement test. So I'm going to do the placement test and decide whether to start the level 2 as it is, or whether to do the level 3 in grade 3, and just, you know, take some of the writing out of it as we have been doing, because that was things that I like the way they present it. We also like the art in the Good and Beautiful as well, so be including their art studies, which are always great. I do think it's a great curriculum, and I definitely am considering using it for 3rd grade. I just need to decide which level I want to do, and that's when we'll do the placement test and see where she fits more comfortably. Moving on to maths. So for maths, we have been doing Saxon 2. We have used Saxon from K onwards, and I really like the curriculum in terms of its thoroughness. I like the way it presents skills and builds on them, so you can definitely see where they're moving up the ladder, where a new concept is going to be coming soon. So using coins to help with regrouping, and you can definitely see before they introduce a new concept where they're coming from and how they're going to introduce it, and I think it's such a clever way to teach maths. I love it. I like how they use real life situations as well. I like that they use word problems. My daughter's got really good with word problems because of Saxon, because they do incorporate them every day in their worksheet. And we really enjoy it. We really love Saxon, but I do like to add things in like I do with other subjects. So in addition to our Saxon Math grade 2, we also do units from the Moffat Girls grade 2 fun hands-on learning. No, it's not fun hands-on learning. It's Math Made Fun grade 2 pocket. So I just pick out skills that I want to focus on. So for example, I purchased the place value pack. I also purchased the multiplication pack, so that we can just pull in skills that I think will help her progress. We also have used some of the fun hands-on learning. That's what I was trying to squeeze in there, some of her maths too, little centres as well. And what I'll do is I'll just look at our Saxon for that day, determine whether it's whether it will fit or tie in with what we're doing, or if, for example, there's an assessment which I know she doesn't need to do in Saxon, because they do have assessments periodically, quite regularly actually, and if I look at the assessment and think, no, she knows all that, then I'll stick in one of the other centres then. So that's how I integrate them. So it's not that she's doing 3 hours of maths every day. I do integrate them and plan ahead as to when I'm going to introduce one, when we're going to do that specific unit and everything else. We've also done a bit of Maths Made Fun, which is the UK version. It's like a Singapore version. I mainly bought it because I wanted to use it for measurement and money. But to be honest, we have mostly carried on using Saxon, just using our own money instead. I did do some of the place value in Maths Made Fun because I wanted to see how she liked it. And I don't think I'll be purchasing the curriculum again. I don't think we need to. I think we're covered with everything else that we do. so it's not something I'll purchase again. There's nothing wrong with it whatsoever, and if you want a purely UK curriculum, then definitely think about it. But I prefer Saxon. I prefer Saxon to Maths No Problem. I like the way that they teach, as opposed to Maths No Problem. Maths No Problem is very similar to the single poll method. They don't do many fact-based, much facts-based, which I think knowing your facts is very helpful. Not much reviewing there. It just goes from one concept to another. So I'm not overly fussed on it, to be honest. I'm not going to buy it again, I don't think. But as I said, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just personal preference. I much prefer the incremental method with maths, or a better mix than Maths Made Fun is. I just thought, not Maths Made Fun, Maths No Problem is. I just thought it was too choppy and very bright and colourful. So if you want that, then you know that's going to work for you. But I'm just not overly fussed on it. Nothing wrong with it, as I said. It's just not something I don't think I'll buy again. You never know. Never say never, because I might suddenly think, oh, we need it. But I don't think currently I have it on my radar for 3rd grade. Science, we have done elemental science, earth science and astronomy for the grammar stage. We've really enjoyed it. We are about to approach our last unit, which is space, which is the biggest unit of the curriculum. That completes 12 weeks for the first part, and then so it's 12 weeks for the solar system unit, and then it's 6 weeks for stars and space. But we're really excited to start the space unit, which is the final unit. We love the curriculum. We've used it from the beginning. We use it in preschool, pre-K4, 1st grade, kindergarten, 1st grade and 2nd. Next year we are due to start chemistry with elemental science, and I think we probably will still do elemental science, but I am incorporating some additional science in there because my daughter wants to do biology again. So I'm going to piece it together, and the way we do science, we do science every day, so it's fun. And elemental science has a flexible option where you can just do it for 2 days rather than 4. So what we'll probably do is do it for 2 days and then do the other science curriculum for the rest of the week. Or I might completely move away from elemental science and try something different that covers everything. Those are the 2 options. But you'll find out when I do my curriculum video. For history, we use Story of the World Volume 2. We've loved Story of the World. Again, we've used that from the beginning. We did Ancient Times last year. This was the Middle Ages. I have full intentions to continue with Story of the World unless something catches my eye before it's time to purchase, but I don't think so. I like Story of the World. I like the way it's formatted. I like that there is an option to have an audio version. I like the activity book that goes with it, the map work. All the projects are fantastic. I love their book recommendations, and they have apparently updated the volume that we're about to do. It's releasing soon, and it says, according to Amazon, that the links for the books are updated, so that's great. I love it when they update book lists, so I'm really excited to start piecing together all the books that we're going to use and resources. But yes, I love Story of the World, and no intentions on switching. For geography, we do 2 days of geography as we do with history. So for the first day, it's our skills-based stuff. So we use maps, charts and graphs. We use level B. We've almost done with that. We also have used Evermore, Skill Sharpener, Geography Grade 2. Love them both. Fantastic. Would highly recommend. Full intentions on moving up to the next level for both of them. They're great curriculums. We love them. They work perfectly well in a range of skills that you need for geography, and they're just fantastic. No complaints. For our second day of geography, we've done that's our unit study day. We've done a couple of different things. We have done Beautiful Feet, Around the World with Picture Books Volume 2. We have also done some European geography with Simply Charlotte Mason's Guide to Europe. And then we've also done some British things as well in there that I wanted to do. And any kind of our unit study includes geography as well, for the most part. In particular, our Alice unit study, I've just incorporated a lot of the United Kingdom geography into it for us personally to use as well. But yes, I've loved all of them. Beautiful Feet was lovely. The only thing I would say about Beautiful Feet is some of the books can be a little tricky to find, but on the whole, we have loved it. I've loved the offers of but you can actually buy the book pack from them. Just with us not being in the US, it didn't seem feasible to do so because of postage. But if you are in the US, then you can get the book pack from them, in which case you have no issues getting all the books. But we've loved it. It's been great. I love how they present it. I love that they include art and journaling. I like the book choices that they picked. And if I would have been able to get all of them, I certainly would have tried to do so because it's fantastic. And Simply Charlotte Mason We have really enjoyed that too. It uses Hungry Planet and Material World, which we've used before when I did my own geography unit study with her in first grade. So those are not new to us, and we've really enjoyed those books. I like the way that she incorporated map work with it. My daughter really enjoyed tracing all the maps and adding the different countries onto it and looking into the cultural side of everything. So we really have enjoyed Simply Charlotte Mason. You'll see my geography choices in my new curriculum video coming up in the next couple of months for third grade. For art, we have been doing King of the Kingdoms by Yellow Spot Sun, and it's been the perfect addition to go with our history because it was cross-curricular. They were both the same time periods and everything else. We really enjoyed it. It's video based, and then you go along with your own of whatever she's doing, the project. She also includes a guide with little picture cards in and some history about the different elements of the projects which you're doing. We've really enjoyed it. It's been so fun. I would definitely recommend King of the Kingdoms. And then we've also done art in any of our unit studies that we've done over the year as well. And we've used a few other art resources as well, but again, I'm not going to go into everything that we've used because this video is going to be super long. But anything that you saw in my second grade curriculum, apart from the one thing I mentioned in maths, we've enjoyed, so you'll be fine to purchase any of those if you wanted to. But we have really enjoyed King of the Kingdoms for art. For our extras, so computers and computer study and baking and French and all those kind of things, they've just been things that I pieced together, so it wasn't a specific curriculum, but we have enjoyed all the products that we've tried. And then we also did Torchlight this year, and that was one of our huge extras this year in terms of our curriculum. We've really enjoyed Torchlight. The language arts element to it was fantastic. I loved it. We didn't use the same history as theirs. We didn't use Curiosity Chronicles, so I can't say what that would be like and how it integrated. Our Torchlight is their language arts element to it, so the different books that they pulled into it. I also really liked their Logic and Legend, so the different games recommendations that they had, and also the different books that they incorporated that would help with critical thinking. We really enjoyed Torchlight. We've never used this curriculum before, so this is the first time using it. It was a huge investment because there were an awful lot of books you have to buy or get from your library. I couldn't find many at my library, so I did buy most of them either new or used. So there was a chunk of financial outlay with the curriculum. That's, I guess, like a negative. You could look at it that way, and it depends how you view something. But I do think overall it worked out good value for money because she loved a lot of the books that they recommended. There were a few not that we weren't quite sure of, but they also offered alternatives, and they said try this if this doesn't work and everything else. I really liked how they incorporated Logic and Legend and critical thinking and all the games recommendations that they had, and I also liked most of their science comics were so fun. My daughter loved them. With the literature, I did find that you were on quite a tight pace with the reading, and because we don't just read what they say to read, we read other books as well. I did find I was having to adjust that, but that's absolutely fine. A curriculum is supposed to be a guide. It's not supposed to be you have to do this on this day. So I did just go with the literature to my own schedule as to what we were reading, because we do read other things too. So don't feel that you have to follow religiously their schedule, but it's a guide, so if you want to, you can. The majority of the literature I did like. There were a couple of books, there was nothing wrong with them, it just wasn't to our taste, but they do offer alternatives if that happens. But in our case, I didn't go with their alternatives. We just were reading other things anyway. So yeah, that's Torchlight. We really enjoyed it. I'm definitely considering using level 3. I haven't completely decided yet, but you'll see in my curriculum video. The other thing we did was unit studies, and we did several throughout the year. Those are just things that I created or pulled in resources for, and again, that's something we will continue to do because a lot of them is interest led for what my daughter is liking and enjoying at that time, so we'll always continue to do those. And then the other thing we tried this year was Passport to Adventures. That is a curriculum that was written by a homeschool mom, Jessica, from the Waldock Way. It uses the Magic Tree House books as the spine, and then she does activities and games and everything else, recommendations to go along with it. We didn't at all follow the schedule, but I don't even think she does. I think she just picks books for different reasons, so what our daughter's interested in or what morning basket she's doing and everything else. We did enjoy it. We didn't, as I said, follow it religiously because we were doing so many other things as well, but it was nice to have that option. Okay, for reading this book, what could we do along with it? You know, what other crafts and activities could we do to go along with it? So that's everything I can think of, the main things. The other thing extra that I will mention, because we would have loved it, are the thinking tree journals. So I got my daughter the pets one, and she just absolutely has been thrilled and with that book. Her little face lit up as soon as she saw it. Definitely highly recommend the thinking tree journals. I've got a couple of myself, for the homeschool mum ones. Love them. So that is an honorary mention because I really like those. And yep, that's everything. I don't think I've missed anything out for my review. If you've got any questions, please do leave them below in case I have glaringly missed something. But yeah, so overall really happy with everything. And we'll see what you'll see my curriculum video within the next couple of months for 3rd grade. And take care. I'll see you in our next video. Bye for now.